Quick recap on Einstein's, supposedly Einstein's time dilation. All he did was he went to Laurence and had Laurence explain it, and then he converted it over into smooth curving space-time, which makes absolutely no sense. But it's in there and it works, but it's not Einstein, it's Maxwell. Maxwell was working with not Maxwell, Laurence. Laurence was working with Maxwell's theories and formulas, and he was working with magnetism. All right, so he's looking at the Earth rotating as a big dipole magnet. And when you're going against the flow of that magnetism that's following the Earth, more specifically following the core of the Earth, what's going on is you're pushing against that field, which is seen as velocity. All right, it's resistance to movement is what time dilation is. It's resistance to movement. Your atoms are neutral. Okay, they neutral themselves out, but the particles are not. All right, the atom itself is not actually neutral. It's just neutralized because it's stuck in a magnetic field. All right, but when you're going against magnetic field, you're pushing against that. And when you're going against the flow of the magnetic field around you, it is seen as velocity. And your atoms are already at maximum speed by sitting there going with the field. So by going against it, you have to reduce the frequency of the atom. All right, because you can't go, it's already set to the speed limit. And if you go faster than the speed limit, everything breaks down. So what happens is, in order for me to move that direction, my frequency has to drop to allow that forward momentum, because I can't just add momentum on top of the speed of light. Right? My atoms are stuck to the speed of light. So if I go faster than what I'm moving right now, then my internal frequency, my internal clock has to slow down in order to allow that movement. Take that concept, stand still on the Earth. The magnetic field is flowing through me. I'm not a magnet. I'm not a piece of steel waiting to just get pulled along. But I am getting pulled along on an atomic scale. I'm getting pushed and pulled. So any of my negative sides are getting pushed away, and any of my positive sides are getting pulled in. But this is resistance inside of the atom, because I'm not going with the field. So I'm getting pushed and I'm getting pulled at the same time at equal amounts. But that actual flow is going into the planet. So I follow that flow in, but the faster that flow is, the faster my resistance is, the more velocity I have, and the slower my internal clocks move. And it's really all that simple. Laurence handed us time dilation, gravity, Einstein's geodesics, all in one formula. And Einstein stripped it and put it into space-time, where it just stopped making sense, because it wasn't resisting anything. It was all about resistance to movement, resistance to velocity, really, and increasing movement. Which is why, and another thing that Einstein didn't like, the closer to the speed of light you go, the more power you have to put into any advanced movement, because you're basically building a resistance. A moving particle creates a magnetic field, which is pushing it back against you, and you're pushing it in front of you. Think of swimming up a river. All right, and the faster you swim, the harder it is to gain speed. All right, if you just let go and follow the flow, it'll bring you right to where it's going, which is down in the gravity. All right, but we are the neutrons in the atom. That's what Earth is. That's what people are. That's what planets are. We are neutralized matter. So we are the neutrons in an atom. All right. I don't know why somebody thought electrons were floating around and all that. I don't know, man. Mass is charge. Mass is charge. And moving mass builds a magnetic field. All right.